I'm sharing 7 fragrances that have absolutely stood out to me in the year of 2024 so far. These are either discoveries I made in the tail end of 2023 or fragrances that I just received or purchased in 2024. I'm obsessed with these perfumes. I wear them all the time and I wanted to share them with you. If this is your first time watching my channel, hello, my name is Anya. I love fragrances and I post on this channel every single Wednesday along with a ton of bonus content in between. In fact, I post almost every single day on this channel, whether it be shorts or full-length videos like this. So if you're interested, definitely consider subscribing. I'm going to start off with a brand that I absolutely love. I consistently recommend this brand as one of the best affordable options for niche fragrances out there, and I have gotten very picky with perfumes. I wasn't always like this, but I have gotten to the point where I'm very particular about the perfumes that I spend my money on. I think my nose has evolved. I've had the opportunity to smell a lot of really interesting scents. So when I say a fragrance brand is a really good option for affordable niche perfumes, that absolutely rings true, especially with this brand, Une Nuit Nomade. So I have purchased, I think at this point, many of their bottles. I think I'm on my 3rd bottle that I purchased, and they actually sent me another bottle as well, which I'm going to cover. But first, let's talk about Jardin de Misva. So if you are a fan of sweet fragrances, of gourmand perfumes, but you also really love your florals, this is a really beautiful jammy rose fragrance with a date note that almost leans honeyed. It's a beautiful fragrance. I am obsessed with this perfume. I was trying the sample. I almost finished the sample. And for me personally, whenever I have a sample or a decant of a fragrance and I am almost done with it, that's how I know I need to purchase the full bottle. So that's what I did with Jardin de Misva, and I've been obsessed with this scent. So highly recommend this one. But then I also had the opportunity to choose a fragrance to have them send it to me, and I chose Sun Bleached. The fragrances I've had from Une Nuit Nomade in the past have definitely leaned a little bit heavier, a little bit more gourmand, and I wanted a fragrance that was a little bit different. So I chose Sun Bleached because it leans very much into the note of sandalwood and also has a linen accord as well. So this fragrance comes off as very warm, inviting, enveloping, very cozy. So yes, Sun Bleached is a very warm and enveloping scent. If you're a fan of sandalwood, you should definitely consider at least trying a decant or a sample of this one. Une Nuit Nomade is great because they offer some really great deals for trying samples and decants of their fragrances. They're super affordable, and I do think that's something a lot of niche brands should follow suit with. If you want to get 5 milliliter decants, if you want to get a sample, there is an ability to do so if you visit their website. So Sun Bleached is amazing, especially if you love sandalwood. I think this fragrance can be worn throughout the entire year. However, I really picture myself wearing this in the summertime because it's one of those scents that's a little bit lighter, but it still has that linen and sandalwood pairing that makes this a very versatile perfume. So yes, Sun Bleached, I personally have been wearing this almost every day since I received this bottle, so that just tells you how much I love it. Next up, I have 2 fragrances by Theodoros Kalotinis. Again, love this brand. They have some truly amazing creations. I have purchased so many bottles from them already, I've lost count, but they recently sent me a care package with a few extra bottles in as well. So I was able to get myself introduced to Velvet Chocolate, which is a cake-like chocolate perfume that is absolutely intoxicating, especially if you love gourmand fragrances, and Musky Rose. So let me talk about Velvet Chocolate first, since I'm a little bit more familiar with this scent as I first got it in a decant form. So Velvet Chocolate is very cake-like. If you love a cake-like chocolate fragrance, this is it. It's not a cocoa scent. It's not a typical chocolate perfume. It's literally cake with frosting. So a cake-like chocolate. Keep that in mind because I'm going to be sharing another chocolate fragrance that is very much a departure from this chocolate perfume. So if you're interested in cake-like chocolate, maybe with some frosting, this is one to try. Velvet Chocolate by Theodoros Kalotinis. Next, I have Musky Rose, also by Theodoros Kalotinis. Oh my gosh, this is from their Extrait line. I hadn't really tried a lot of perfumes from this line, and they sent this to me, and I am obsessed. This is a musky rose perfume. I believe there's an olive leaf note in here as well. It's very, very interesting. And the lasting power on this is very impressive. I had a friend over the other night and we were just testing a lot of my perfumes. We had a lot of rose fragrances that we were experimenting with, and this was by far the longest lasting scent. It was truly beautiful. This is a really pretty scent. It leans a little bit earthy, but it still remains a very jammy rose paired with a musky accord that is quite beautiful. I really like the scent, and I think this is an ideal scent to wear during the springtime, and it is a standout for me from the brand. So musky rose, honestly quite beautiful. I'm very much looking forward to potentially trying more of their Extrait perfumes because I'm already so obsessed with their normal eau de parfum line that this is very interesting. So Musky Rose by Theodoros Kalotinis. Next, we have Reinvented Parfum Epiphany. This perfume lasts for days on end. If you spray it on clothes, it will last you. It's amazing. This is a milky cardamom fragrance with incense, saffron, lime. These are notes that you wouldn't conceptualize as working together in a cohesive way, but in this case, this fragrance, it works. It's very well blended. It's seamless. I love this perfume. When choosing a niche fragrance, for me, a significant criteria is determining whether or not it lasts all day, and Epiphany absolutely does that. So I'm very much looking forward to trying more from this brand. This is such an underrated brand. I mean, they just started, but if you have not already tried a reinvented fragrance, definitely consider doing so. Epiphany is truly one of their most underrated creations, but they have some really amazing standout fragrances available as well. Next, for those of you who are gourmand lovers, Vivamor. They recently dropped a gourmand collection, and I'm going to be sharing with you my absolutely favorite fragrance from the collection as well. But I was gifted this discovery set from the brand. So you had a lot of fragrances here. I believe you had 5 perfumes, and I did a video on all these fragrances as well. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. But Choco Exclusive was for me a standout perfume from this collection, and I ended up purchasing a full-size bottle because I was fascinated at this interpretation of chocolate. I'm very particular with chocolate notes. Chocolate is a scent note that tends to be regurgitated quite a lot, and whenever it comes to adding a new fragrance in my collection, I want to make sure that, hey, this fragrance doesn't smell too similar to any other perfumes, and this is an absolute, very unique take on a chocolate scent that I loved. It's chocolate drizzled pancakes with maple syrup, and sometimes I get a very citrusy kind of candied orange citrus note in here. This is a very unique fragrance that to me is a new discovery every single time I smell it. It's a very complex perfume. Sometimes it smells like a cake like pancake. Sometimes it smells like chocolate covered citrus. It's very fascinating how this fragrance changes and how it develops. I love this perfume. Again, it's very different compared to Velvet Chocolate by Theodoros Kalotinis. Velvet Chocolate is straightforward. It's a beautiful photorealistic interpretation of a chocolate cake with frosting. This is a completely different interpretation of the chocolate note. And I'm obsessed. I love this perfume. I have worn it quite a bit. The lasting power on this is definitely medium. It's not a scent that will take over your entire existence, but it's definitely a scent that kind of like becomes a skin scent after a few hours. So I love this perfume. I highly recommend it, but more so if you're interested in trying some more of Vivamor's creations, definitely consider getting their discovery set. I feel so lucky to have received Mula Mula from Byron. This is a fragrance that was gifted to me, and for quite some time I was wondering, okay, is this perfume overhyped? Because so many people talk about the scent, is it really worth the hype it gets? And honestly, after smelling this perfume, after wearing it, after experiencing it, this is so good. It's amazing. It's a peachy caramel. I believe there's strawberry in here as well as raspberry fruity perfume with a beautiful, luxurious smelling musk. This is amazing. A little bit goes a long way. I have sprayed this on like 3 times on myself and it has lasted the entire day. It is impressive in terms of lasting power, in terms of longevity. This is amazing and it smells luxurious. It smells so good. I love this fragrance. I'm very happy to have received it, but Mula Mula by Byron, this is standout chef's kiss. I'm so happy to have discovered this fragrance. And they do have smaller sizes of it if you're interested in a more affordable option. I believe those sizes are under $100, which for this fragrance, since again, a little bit goes a long way, is a really good option if you're looking to save a little bit of money. But I love this fragrance. I think it's amazing and I'm looking forward to trying more from this brand. Next up is a perfume that you may have not heard of before, but I've very much been obsessed with it and I've used up quite a little bit of this perfume. So this is Private Mood. This particular fragrance is called So Vanilla. So think frosted vanilla, gingerbread, lemony, baked goods, essentially. This is so sweet. This is so photorealistic. There's a little bit of citrus here. That's where I get like the lemon baked treat from, that interpretation. And there's a hint, just a hint of gingerbread. This is such an interesting perfume. I have paired this with Theodoros Kalotinis Lemon Tart, and I find that's a winning combination for me personally. I was obsessed with that combo, especially at the beginning of this year. But this is really, really beautiful. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. Quite frankly, if this fragrance was more sweet than it already is, it would have been a little bit too much for me. But I absolutely love this fragrance. This is a very underrated brand, in my personal opinion. Private Mood, So Vanilla. It says So Vanilla, yes, but in my opinion, it's a lot more complex than straight up vanilla. There is a lot going on with this fragrance, and quite honestly, I'm looking forward to trying more from this brand. They have a few other scents that I personally have not sampled, but So Vanilla is a scent that I have absolutely been obsessed with and I've been using very, very heavily. So those are all the scents I want to mention today. I top 7, give or take, fragrances that have absolutely stood out to me in this year so far. I will tell you right now, I think 2024 is the year of new fragrance discoveries for me personally. I have already made so many interesting and wonderful discoveries with fragrances, and I definitely think this year is going to be an amazing one fragrance-wise for me. I am obsessed with so many new and interesting brands, and I very much am looking forward to trying some more of them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye.